さん戻ってきました。さて、これからですね、インターナショナルプログラム3の、Detours 寄り道っていう作品の監督、クリストファー・イエイツさんとお話したいと思います。で、これベルギーの作品なんですけど、今は、クリストファーさんは、ベルギー・ブラッセルズの、ブルージュの、公園で我々と話していただいてます。So, Christopher, welcome to Short Shorts Film Festival 2020. Nice to have you. Tell us real quick, where are you right now?
Actually, I'm in Brussels, but I'm in a very nice park. So I'm in the middle of the woods because I have to be with my kids. So they're over there having lunch because it's a bit past noon. It's a beautiful day in the park. So.
That's great. 今、ブラッセルの、公園に来てまして、お子さんたちは、ピクニックしながら、我々とちょっとお話ししていただいてるんですよね。So, first of all, congratulations on Detours getting selected to our festival. We get a lot of submissions every year, but to make a really well-made action film as a short film, we don't get too many of those, and you did a great job. Tell us, first of all, how the whole idea or the scenario came about.
Well, the first idea came with I just talked about my kids when my wife was pregnant with our first child, and I've experienced on the highway in Brussels, people tend to be quite aggressive. I had an aggressive experience with another car on the highway. It ended really quickly. The guy just went away. He just wanted to be aggressive, but the whole time it was happening, I was only thinking about one thing: is the baby that was about to be born in a few months. So actually, I just quickly, the idea to make the same idea is that a father is with his baby, but I just change it into a character that he can interact with a baby, but not talk with. So it's kind of a silent situation.
I see. For us, it's really timely because just recently in Japan, this kind of road rage kind of incidents are starting to happen. And of course, now the cars with all the drive recorders and whatnot, we see firsthand how dangerous these situations can be. So for you to make such an intense film with this kind of, theme is really, really kind of eye-opener. So really, really good job. この Detours という作品なんですが、やっぱり自分もちょっとこういう、煽り運転みたいなことを体験して、その間ですね、やっぱりアイディアも入ってきたんですけど、実はその時車の中に妊娠してた妻が乗ってたんですよね。で、それをその映画の中ではもう車の中にお子さんがいるっていう形でストーリーを作ったみたいなんですよね。First of all, how long did it take for you to shoot this?
So we did official shooting were 7 days. And with my DOP, we added 1 day because, the audience that hasn't seen the film, but it's crafted in a way that there are very small shots here and there of the baby, of the hands, of the driver, it. So, for instance, all the hands you can see on the car were made by my hands driving with the DOP in the back. We did 22 shots in 1 day. But the actual shooting with the whole team was 7 days. So it's for a short film, it's quite a long shoot, and it was very intense. But obviously, when you do action film, you cannot shoot a lot of material every day. When you have a dialogue scene, you can easily shoot 4 minutes a day. But when it's action scene, for instance, the scene in the tunnel took us 1 day to shoot. The dialogue scenes,
Right. What you said about having 7 days to shoot, that is a luxury for short films, because in our festival, we talk a lot to directors who say they shot it in 1 day or a day and a half or 2 days maximum. So that's kind of a luxury to have 7 days to shoot. Shooting on the street like that, how did you manage the location?
Well, I did all the location myself. I went around with a bicycle just around Brussels. It's quite a small town, so I had ideas about the canal. So it was quite easy to find because there's only one canal crossing town, and then you have to get authorizations, and then you get a refusal. I had one idea for the traffic scene where he stopped in the traffic. I wanted one precise street, and it's actually a street I couldn't get. So with my DOP, we went around, and with his vision of light hitting on the windows, he said, at this time, it would be great to film in this street. And we found this street where we had the reflections of light coming from the sun or artificial lights. But it was actually quite easy because in some parts of the film are just basically the center of Brussels where he's driving. It's the actual actor driving freelance in Brussels with a stunt driver in the back following in the tunnels.
Right.
But it's kind of famous places in the city of Brussels. People in Brussels know these places.
Good job, good job. まずこの、作品は7日間をかけて撮影したんですよね。で、話したのは、短編映画って、まあ、1日で撮影を終えたとか、2日で撮影を終えたとか、そういう話が多いんですけど、この場合は7日間かけて撮影を終えまして、で、その映画の中のロケーションは全部もうブラッセルの中のロケーションで、まあ、許可取ったり、許可下りなかったから違う道を探したり、まあ、ロケハンでも結構努力したみたいなんですよね。So it almost sounds like, the location scouting and getting a hold of the scouting almost took just as long or longer than the shoot even.
Well, actually, what took most of the time was the cutting because
Sure.
Before shooting, my wife is also working in films, and she had 4 months shooting in Switzerland, and I went along with our babies, and actually I had 3 months free, so I did the storyboard. I found myself an office where I did the storyboard for almost like 2 months, and that basically saved our life because for every shot in the movie, I knew exactly how to do it precisely technically. At what if it was with the baby or without the baby, with the traveling car or with the actor driving, with the stuntman or with the moving car, the car sitting still. Everything was. It helped me get an idea of the way the film should be made, like a puzzle, very precise puzzle. And I think that with the scouting basically saved my life, saved the film, and saved a lot of time. Even though it's 7 days, it's still an action film, so it was still very intense, the shooting. But storyboarding is what I think really saved managing the film because everything was here. There's not one moment during the shoot where I didn't know precisely exactly at what point I was in the story.
That's great to hear. Thank you so much for all the young directors listening in. That's a really good lesson, especially on a short film level without time and budget. All that planning is so important, even more so for a action short film with a lot of scenes like yours is. So, Christopher, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
Our love from Japan to you and your family. Please stay safe and healthy, and we'll look forward to meeting up here in Japan and having knocking back some beers and talking about movies.
I would love that, John. Thank you very much for inviting me for this interview. It was
Absolutely.
great.
Christopher,
Thanks.
if you would finally just give a quick shout out to our festival goers here in Japan and soon to be your fans of your film. So go ahead and give us a final message.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much for watching the film. I would love to be there with you. Like you said, John, I would love to have a beer with you guys or even a sake or whatever you have when the film is done. I would love to meet you physically, the audience. And also I love to meet people after the film. I love to be in the theater to experience how the film has an impact. So I would have loved to be there in Japan. I'm very, very sad not to be there and to have being forced to stay in Brussels, but hopefully it will be soon. So thank you.
クリストファーさんはもう本当にね、日本に来れなくて皆さんとお会いできないことが本当に残念で、本当に近いうち日本に来て、皆さんと会ったりして、お酒でもビールでも飲みながらいろいろ話をしたかったっていうことで、本当に ね、素晴らしい作品なので、クリストフさんも家族も、無事で、安全で、健康で、やってほしいと思いますので、Christopher, thanks so much, and we'll take care of your film here, and best to the kids.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.